Everybody? How are you doing? If you're doing great, go ahead. Say great in the chat box for me. Say great if you're doing great. I want to see lots and lots and lots of greats. Phenomenal. I see tons and tons of greats. This is, well, this excites me, that's for sure. As you guys can probably tell, I have been a little dark on the social media this week, really since my birthday. Haven't been on Facebook or any of that stuff. Happened to get a little more for Christmas than I wanted. So for Christmas, I got this awesome desk, which, watch this. Check this out. I'm sitting down. Watch this out. Check it out. I got the desk that goes up and down. Yeah, see, that's called a next desk. It's pretty awesome. So that I can actually stand up while I work, which is great. Yes, some of you say I copied Adrian. That is true. Adrian got one, and then I was like, man, this is genius, and so I got one. However, for Christmas, I also was brought a cold, which turned into bronchitis, which is all down in my lungs, my chest, and everything, which is why I'm sneezing and my eyes are glassy and I look crazy. So my apologies for not screaming, hollering, yelling, and being overly excited as I usually am, but I'm a little messed up here today. So that's why I haven't been on Facebook, haven't done many Facebook Lives, haven't done a whole lot on social media here this week. But I did have a good holiday. How about you guys? How many of you had a good holiday? Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate. Just say yes if you had a great holiday, spent some good time with family, with friends. I see lots and lots of awesomes, lots and lots of yeses. Very good, very good. So if you've been following inside of the group, the Success Connection group, you'll see that we had our winners, two of our winners so far of our Work Like I Do giveaways actually posted pictures. So Tibor and Lonnie both posted pictures of their Apple stuff, the computers, the iPads, everything that we've had them ship, all arrived before Christmas, which was great. So hopefully you guys have checked that out, leave some comments on that, and more importantly, Tibor is on right now. He says using it now. Congratulations. More importantly, just want you guys to see that we actually do give away those prizes and those gifts when we say we do. Most of you already know that anyway. So we're excited. I'm excited about tonight, and the reason is because you know how I told you sometimes we kind of are going down a specific path in life, and we're thrown a curveball, right? And in some cases, when we're thrown a curveball, we kind of quiver up like this. We get really worried. We don't know what we're going to do, and we end up kind of either, for lack of better terminology, we maybe half-ass what we were doing, or maybe we just don't do it at all, right? And then there's others of us that when we kind of get thrown a curveball, we look at it as an opportunity to maybe kind of divert from the path that we were on, but find an even better path, find an even better opportunity, find an even better something for our lives. And so that's, of course, not just in marketing, but in life in general. So my curveball, obviously, this week has been the fact that I've been in the bed and slept through most of Christmas, slept through my entire real birthday on Christmas Eve, and obviously am far too sick to be talking constantly. But so I got thrown a curveball. And I started thinking to myself, okay, we were talking about autoresponders, right? How many of you were here last week and the week before? You've got the ClickFunnels funnel that I built for you. Just say yes. And we were talking about autoresponders, right? So we talked a little bit about Facebook. And then we said, okay, look, we want to learn how to properly do an autoresponder, how to write an email, how to write a sequence, how to do this the right way. And I see lots and lots of you saying yes. So tons and tons of you saying yes. You understand that. Okay. How many of you were not here and do not even know what I'm talking about? Type the number 1 in. If you were not here last week or the week before. Okay, so a few of you. This is why it pays to be here every single week. When you miss, okay, then you miss out on opportunity, you get behind, and then it's kind of, I mean, we're moving forward, right? 2017 is next week, so we got to keep rolling. And but as long as you've watched the replay, and some of you are brand new, like Kent says, he just joined. Well, congratulations, welcome. I hope you love the Success Connection as much as I do, and as much as the other 1,000 people that are here do. But here's the thing: we've in the last couple weeks, what I've done is I've given you my sales funnel. Okay, I've given you a funnel that I use to generate new subscribers to my list, and to generate basically the database and the subscribers that I use to build my business. Now, if you look on the screen right now, you'll see where it says shared funnel access right here, okay? What I'm going to do, because I know it's been holidays, I'm going to reactivate that link for you, okay? So for those of you that don't have the ClickFunnels shared funnel, I'm going to give you the link tonight at the end of our training. Now, the only reason I've done this 3 times now, and I originally only planned to do it once, is because I do know it's holidays, and I do know people are traveling, and I know people are all over the place, and so sometimes it's a little hard to get on a webinar every single Thursday. So you're going to get the access to the funnel right below. But before we do that, we're going to keep moving forward, and we're going to talk about autoresponders, okay? And what I've done is, like I said, kind of got thrown a little curveball in that I'm so sick. And so I started thinking to myself, how could I teach you autoresponders in a way that I know is as good or better than I know them without having to talk? Does anybody have an idea of how I could possibly do that? How could I teach you what I plan to teach you tonight as good as I know it or better, but without me having to actually talk? Some of you say I could play a video. I could probably do that. Some of you say I could play a replay. Yeah, probably do that. My whiteboard, that's always fun. An animated cartoon, that's fun. But here's the thing. On the Success Connection, we always aim to over-deliver. So what I've done is I've arranged for a friend of mine to come on and teach us tonight. Now, before I tell you who this friend is, first of all, let me tell you, he has nothing for sale. Okay, there's nothing for sale, so just because I bring a guest on doesn't mean something's being sold. So nothing for sale. Everything tonight, completely free content, just like it has been for God knows how long, right? So, number 1. Number 2, it's not my brother. And number 3, it's someone who is responsible for literally over $20 million in sales through autoresponders this year. In 2016. How many of you like that? Just say yes. $20 million. Now here's the unique thing, okay? I see a lot of you guessing who it is. Here's the unique thing. You all realize that when I do this, I'm selling my own product, right? Just type the number 1 in if you realize when I do this, I'm selling my own product, right? I give you a funnel and I say, go sell somebody else's product, right? Because most of you don't have your own. But when I'm doing it, I'm selling my own product. And most of the other people that you hear talking, right, most of the other guests that I could bring on, they are selling their own product. So a lot of the people that you've guessed in the chat box, these guys have their own products. So when they build a funnel and they build an email list, they're selling their own products. Don't you think it would be even more interesting if I could find somebody that's actually doing exactly what you are doing, meaning taking a sales funnel, building an email list, and then selling other people's products just like you would be doing? Say yes if that would be exciting. Yeah, very few people exist that do that, okay? Just cut to the chase. Very, very few people do that. But I happen to know the best one and the most exclusive one. This is someone who does not have his own products floating around online. He does not do trainings like this. In fact, this is, I think, the first time I've ever even been able to get him on here. And he is a very, very good friend of mine. I learn a lot from him on a daily basis. And I feel like if I can learn from somebody, you can learn from them too. So tonight what we're going to do is my special guest is going to come on and he's going to teach you autoresponders in a way that is going to make total sense to you because it's exactly what you're doing, okay? I want you to take good notes. We have had some issues. Listen to what I'm saying. I have had issues with my internet all week long. It's on, off, on, off, on, off. If it goes off, the webinar will still keep going. However, my recording may not work. So it is very important. You know I always give you recordings, and I never tell you that I'm not going to. But it is important that you pay attention and take notes, because I cannot guarantee you that tonight won't go out until they get my new router in here. So make sure to take notes. Do not leave and think you're going to get the replay, because my plan is to give you the replay, but I can't 100% guarantee it, okay? So with that said, here's what I want to do. I want to bring on my very good friend, our special guest, the first guest trainer that I've ever brought on to teach this, and our last guest for 2016, my good friend, Mr. Sean Vosler. Sean, are you with me?
Wow, I've got a lot to live up to here, man. This is pretty exciting. No, very exciting.
Just a little bit. Not a ton.
I can get the webcam on here.
We're gonna see if Sean can get his webcam on. He's had some issues with his webcam as well. However, here's the thing. Sean is one of the most successful email copywriters, autoresponder guys that I know. Okay. Now, how many of you have not heard of Sean? Just type the number 1 if you've not heard of it. All right. If you could see all the ones coming into the chat box right now, it would blow your mind. Here's why you haven't heard. Here's why you haven't heard of Sean. Sean is not selling products. Sean is not out trying to teach the world. Sean actually does this, and he does it for some of the most successful people and the successful brands that you've ever seen. Now, I was able to get Sean to speak at our Build Sim Profit Live event this year. People absolutely loved what he was teaching. They loved what he had to say. And so, wait, you blinked on and then you went off. I thought I saw you for a second, Sean. And so, super excited to have Sean on with us tonight. The training will be about 45 minutes or so, like we always do. There he is. There he goes. Now, you'll notice Sean is very techy. So Sean's got like the earphones, the mic hanging off. You know, I need to get Sean to come do my setup at my house, because I'm literally just on the little Mac microphone with my whiteboard behind me.
You know, I did learn something from you, though, Anthony, that the fancy tech is it's a little overrated. You don't need any of this craziness that I have in my studio and stuff. But I actually started copying what you do with the text and writing and stuff. So this is exciting to me, because I sit and do this all day, every day for the most part, and for people who are interested in this subject, it's something that I can talk out about for days, but it was a nice challenge that you presented with me, which was basically, okay, Sean, you've built all these crazy funnels, everything for tons and tons of people, but can you break it down for someone who's just getting started and teach them the concepts that they can build upon, even if we're not going to be able to cover all the tech and everything in the world? Can we build enough of a foundation that you can go out there and actually start making sales? So that was a cool challenge, and tonight I think we'll be able to share some techniques that I've perfected over the last few years, and over the last year, like you said, we've done over 20 mil with, and excited to share it all. Really, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, awesome. Well, listen, guys, here's what we're going to do. First things first, I'm going to turn it over to Sean, and he's going to teach you guys what he's put together for you. And I will say this: I reached out to Sean like the day, I'm doing it Christmas Day or the next day, and I said, hey, I need a favor. I've never missed a success connection, and we've never not had one, but me talking for an hour and also delivering any kind of value is going to be just not possible. So Sean instantly said, I'll do it. I have nothing to sell. There's nothing in it for him. He's simply here to do me a favor, and then obviously to help you guys to learn what he's doing. And like I said, he's done this and generated over $20 million this year. When you break that down, that's an astounding amount of money every single month, and of course every single day. So I want you to listen, I want you to pay attention, and then at the very end, I'll pop back on, and as always, we have an agenda. Of course, I didn't show you the agenda, but we're going to talk about a couple of things at the end real fast. We'll talk about, first of all, we'll do our $1,000 Snapchat giveaway, so hopefully you were following me on Snapchat. I only did one this week, so it's going to be relatively easy to guess what I'm going to ask you. I've also got our 2017 workshop series, so starting next week, obviously we roll into 2017, there's going to be an awesome 4-week workshop that I'm putting together for you to help you make 2017 your best and most profitable year ever. So with that said, make sure you hang out to the end. We'll have our cash giveaway, our Snapchat giveaway, all that good stuff. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to Sean, and I'm going to let Sean, you can take the screen, and I'm going to let him get started on our autoresponders. I'm also going to cut my webcam off so I don't distract you guys. And I'm going to let Sean teach you some of the stuff that I'm going to be honest with you, people like me would pay him and do pay him thousands of dollars to do this stuff for them. And I mean, he's the real deal, so I'm excited about it. It's a great way to end 2016. Best training you're going to get all year on here from any guest that I've had. So go ahead and take it away, man.
Awesome, Mr. Anthony. And sorry to hear you're sick, man. That is zero fun. I literally was sick over the holidays and finally on the upswing now. Very excited. And I just love this chat group people. All you guys just are awesome. I am so excited to be here with you guys. Some very, very upbeat people. This is such a nice change from just sitting in a dark office all the time. It's funny. I have actually an office with windows, but I work in this office with the lights off so I can actually focus. Something about ADHD, I don't know. But today, if I can actually share my screen, I'm pretty sure I can. No, and
share.
I just stole it. There it is. And I'm going to scare everyone for like 2 seconds. But let me know when you can see my screen here.
There you go. I can see it.
All right. Let me know, guys, if you can see this. We're going to learn all of this. I'm just kidding. This is not this is not what we're going to learn today. But this is what most people think of when they hear the word autoresponder or marketing funnel. They think of something like this and they start freaking out. And that's what's got me excited, because I've built stuff like this. I really have. But what's hilarious to me is this funnel versus a funnel that we'll build out today, a super simple funnel with a nice follow-up. I'm always willing to bet the simple funnel versus the crazy complex funnel anytime. And I'll tell you why. One, it's just too much of a headache to build all of this out, and there's going to always be things that just don't work right, and whether it's technically or the actual content doesn't appeal to our audience, there's going to be something that breaks down in here. What I've actually started doing this year is super simple funnels, direct to the point, and then focus on email follow-up. Now in here you'll see we've got all these different follow-up sequences, upsells, downsells, everything. Yeah.
Is part of your screen supposed to be black?
I don't think so.
It looks like...
You know what, let me actually just share here, I'll just share the actual window. Is that better?
It's coming up yet. Yep, that's better. Because it was all blacked out, but now everybody can see. Everybody good? Just say yes.
It might have been just because I had the chat up.
Lots and lots of yeses? Okay, perfect. So, see, like, now it's good.
I wanted to start by scaring everybody so that we can bring them back down here. Because now, and Anthony, you know this, we've done close to 1 million this year just with really simple funnels for certain promotions. It's incredible to me when we can make simple funnels work very effectively. And just to give you guys just a little bit of a background of what I do.
I also lost your webcam.
Oh, now I'm breaking everything. There we go.
So as you can see, when you have all this techie stuff, guys, oftentimes it doesn't work. Now you're back.
Now I'm back? Okay. Well, as long as we can see the screen. Oh boy. I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn my webcam off, and we're going to focus on the screen. So let me know, guys. Everyone's saying black screen. That's exciting.
Yeah, I see like a black, I mean, you can see Sam and CPA Randy, but it just kind of is blacked out in some spots. Now it's good.
Now it's good. Maybe it's just when I have to like scroll or something. But yeah. So this year. This is what I've been building this year is autoresponders for people who have great products, for other people who have great distribution. Anthony is huge on that. That was going weird for a minute. Okay, so now let me know if you guys can see everything just fine. Give me a little 1 there, just a yes or a 1. Okay, got it. Cool. All right, so this may seem a little intense, like a lot's going on here, a lot of promotions, But the beautiful thing is that all of these promotions are built on some very basic concepts, and that's what I'm going to teach you today, is how to take specific marketing concepts and use it to build out an autoresponder that not only is awesome, like it's going to convert and make you money, but my bigger goal, and something I learned this year kind of the hard way, was that you can have the best marketing funnel in the world, but if your audience doesn't trust you, appreciate you, and get to know you and trust you, I think I said trust twice there, maybe, you're only going to cater to the suckers. You're only going to cater to people who aren't great customers, and that isn't our goal. Our goal is to create real value for real people and real results for people. So what I technically do is called joint venture brokering. So just give you a little background, like I help people who have great distribution lists, great email lists, and things like that find great products to promote, and I help people who have great products find people with distribution to promote. But here's the funny thing that I do that most joint venture people don't do, is I actually do all the marketing as well. So not only am I helping both sides make more money, but I'm actually the one who creates the pages, the emails, everything. So just to show you like an example of an email funnel that we've set up recently, this is, I don't know, maybe 30 email sequence, something like that, and this is just one promotion. So you can see I do a lot of writing. And what's hilarious, I gotta say it, is I am not a copywriter necessarily. That's not how I would describe myself. But copywriting is an important skill for business. It's a super important skill, and I'm going to give you some shortcuts today that we can use, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So let's take a quick look at what we're actually going to cover today. And again, someone asked how to spell my name, just for kicks and giggles. It's Sean Vosler, and you can find me there on Facebook if you want to connect with me, or since Anthony's getting everybody on Snapchat these days, so here's my Snapchat, at Sean Vosler. And I want to get a feel for everybody here because, you know, Anthony mentioned, well, he showed me his funnel that you guys are working with on ClickFunnels, which we'll take a look at today. And also, we're going to tie together these loose ends that maybe you're looking at this funnel, you're thinking about autoresponders, you're thinking about selling affiliate products, and maybe there's just some pieces that aren't connecting. Maybe there's just, the picture might not all be there. So I'm going to help bridge those gaps together, and we're actually going to create a simple autoresponder for your product. So give me an idea of I'm going to ask you to type a 1, a 2, or a 3, but I got to tell you what I'm going to have you put first. So if you're just getting started, you haven't done any online marketing yet, you haven't made your first dollar online, which is quite all right. Like it's not a bad place to be. It's actually it's almost like you got virgin ears and you can start from scratch. Put a 1 in the box. If you're just getting started, you haven't actually sold anything online yet. All right. And that's awesome. Now put a 2 on there if you maybe you've sold a few things, but it's not your day job yet. It's just kind of a hobby, something you're investigating, something you're interested in. Get a decent amount of 2s, which is pretty cool. And then if it's your full-time job, if it's something that you're rolling in the dough with and kicking butt with, put a 3 in there. We got a few 3s popping in. Look at that. So my job today is to bring value to all 3 levels of those. We're going to focus a little heavier on the kind of the basics here, just kind of getting started. But I promise you, even if you're a 3 on that list, you're going to be able to pull points out of there that will help you increase your conversions. They'll help you expand your funnel. So be sure to stick around because the training today is going to be designed to go from super basic all the way up to the concepts that I use every day to make clients thousands and thousands of dollars every day. So let's talk really, really quick, just get everybody up to the same page about what a autoresponder is. Now, may seem obvious, but let's just get everybody on the same level here. First thing first, to me, it's not just a marketing tool. It's a real tool that we can use to communicate with real people, and we're going to use it to connect with people. We're going to use it to create a real I guess tribe would be the right word. And, Anthony is amazing at this. You guys are here every week. You're connected with him. You're connected with people he works with. You learn from him, and he is a great leader. Now, the thing that I see a lot of beginners mess up with is that they don't worry about being a leader, a thought leader. Maybe they're just wanting to make some money, and they're not too interested in actually getting to know the thing that they're selling, which honestly is going to lead to failure. It might work in the short term, but you need to understand that these are real people you're going to be building on your email list. An email list is a list of real people who hopefully they know who you are, and the goal would always be to create a connection that is lasting, because the thing is, if you build this right, it can be a lifelong business. It's not just kind of a phase thing. I know people who've been doing email marketing for 20 years and they still do it, right? And again, somebody asked about, yeah, I'll have this board up and also the mind maps and all that. I'll give the link here at the end to download it all for free. So, and again, I'm not selling anything. I wish I had a product to sell. It'd make my life a lot easier, because I could just do what I do for my own products, right? Funny thing is, and I'll talk a bit more about this at the end, but my job actually is very freeing, because I get to focus on what I love, which is creating interesting connections between people, whether it's one person in a huge audience, multiple people in a community. That's really my job, is through email, is to create this really cool bond with people. So keep that in mind. Whatever we're doing in our email sequence, all the tech and all that, it's all important to learn, but the big thing, the big principle behind it is it's just another way to communicate. This could be letters in the mail. This could be walking down the street and talking to people. It's no different except for the medium, all right? Now, another thing about autoresponders, they're super powerful and built correctly, but they don't have to be complex to be powerful. That is a big, confusing thing. This funnel, this mega funnel I showed you here, right? This is not what you need. This is after you've made $1 million and you're ready to make, 4. This isn't where you start, okay? And a lot of people freak out and just think they can't do it, right? Funny thing is, I have to tell this story a little bit. One promotion we did this year, I literally spent on the emails in the funnel about 3.5 hours. Now, the guy had a great product. He was an affiliate, and I had a distribution list to send it out to. But I put together a few emails, mocked up a landing page, popped it all out, and that promotion ended up doing well over $1 million. It was about $1.2 million in sales and revenue just for that one promotion. Now, obviously, that funnel, it had a great product, right, which is a fantastic thing for you guys, because Anthony's teaching you that you don't have to go out and make a product. You find an affiliate product, right? That's exactly what I do, right? So that simple funnel, I'll show you how that was set up. It was these click funnels, just like Anthony's teaching you, and we're going to use the same email kind of techniques that I'm using currently. So again, an autoresponder is a conversation. It's not just emails that we're blasting out to people. We're starting a conversation. Our goal is to get people, the number one rule in advertising and marketing, the number one rule is that people hate to change. They instinctively are looking for reasons not to believe something that you're saying. So part of the conversation is teaching people why your ideas, your concepts, what you're selling is worth buying, right? So it's a conversation. It is a two-way street, because you're not going to be directly, like, people aren't going to be replying to all your emails and all that stuff, but you need to be able to listen to what your audience is saying, even if it's just by researching, by talking to people. It is a two-way street. So it's not a place to oversell. A lot of people make this mistake. They learn that direct marketing is awesome, and so they write all these emails that sell, right? We want to have a good ratio of content to sales tools, and I'll talk a bit more about that down here as we go on. But again, we don't want to oversell, because people, and I'm sure if I had to raise a hands here, how many people love being sold to? No one would really raise their hand. It's funny, I hate walking into stores that I know they're commission-based pay, because I'm like, gosh, they're just going to walk up to me and talk and talk and talk, and I just want to look at something. Is anybody like that? Give me a 1 if you're like, Like anywhere that there's a salesperson and you just know that it's a salesperson, your like skin starts to crawl and you hate it, right? And that's not new. That's been around for a long time. However, there is a lot more people who can sense, who understand. Our audiences are getting smarter and smarter. It's a great thing because the old tricks don't work anymore, right? The old sales tricks, the old switcheroos and things, they just don't work. And that's good for you because we're going to write emails in a way that is a conversation. And it's not overselling. It's bigger than, I got to run through these. It's bigger than the sum of the parts. So this whole thing put together is going to be better than if we just build in certain little parts and send them all out. There's a whole concept here of how we're going to do it. And again, we got to keep that in mind that it's our brand and our business and ourselves that is represented in this autoresponder. Even if you had a pen name, even if you have just behind the brand, you personally weren't the face like Anthony is the face of his brand. You still want to keep in mind that you are representing yourself. So you want to be transparent, you want to be authentic, and we'll talk more about that. All right, so never forget the human element. There are people involved here. We are selling to real human beings, and they are buying from us, and we want to make it a good experience for everyone. And yes, it's the technology that sends the email, but it's so much more than just technology. This is the oldest thing that humans have had since the beginning of whenever you want to define the beginning. It's communication, right? Everybody communicates, and this is just another form of communication. So let's talk about building autoresponders. There's all kinds of tools that we can use, and this is going to tie in with that funnel that Anthony's been talking to you about and setting up in ClickFunnels. But I want to share, there's just a few tools. Personally, I use this tool called Active Campaign. It's a nice, simple tool, but don't get hung up too much on the specifics. The Active Campaign is great. Get Response is great. Whatever you have, I know ClickFunnels actually has a built-in one as well. I haven't used it, but the idea here is all we really need is something that can send emails based on actions, right? And that is super simple on the surface of it. We can make it super complex. I'll show you real quick. I've got a link here. This is Active Campaign, and this is an autoresponder that we use for a webinar. Same kind of concept as giving away a free book. We're giving away free training. Thank you emails right here. Another different invitation if they didn't attend. There's all these little steps, right? And the nice thing is this is nice and linear. It's a bit more complex than the average autoresponder, but that's because we've been building it over a year. Pretty wild, right? But it doesn't need to be that complex. Again, I'll show you a nice simple funnel that you can use that will get results, okay? So let's talk about the basic tech concepts. And I guess a real quick question, how many of you actually have a membership to an autoresponder service right now? Give me a 1 if you have one, a 2 if you don't. Wow, it looks like everybody's got most people got SendLanes, GetResponse, Aweber, perfect. So honestly, MailChimp is great. If you're a 2 and you haven't gotten a good place to start, I love Active Campaign because when you get started, it's only like $9 a month. It's incredibly cheap for what it does. So that might be a good one if you've never purchased one. That's a good one to get started. I think you get like 500. MailChimp is free, which isn't bad, but I don't like how they do their autoresponder. I think you actually have to pay to set up an automatic responder. That's really what we're talking about here, something that automatically sends out, right? So Active Campaign does integrate with most things. It uses Zapier, so you can connect with Shopify and things like that. All right, so let's talk about the basic tech, because the big carrot here for you guys, I'm going to actually show you the structure of my emails that I use, and also the basic layout of a simple funnel here. So but we've got to get everybody up to the same speed. So basic tech concepts: we can send emails based on action, we can delay emails based on time, we can track engagement, and we can test, improve, and grow our email list with it, right? So that is a very important thing. Now, I don't want to get too sidetracked, but someone mentioned MailChimp doesn't like affiliate marketing. Neither does Active Campaign. Neither does GetResponse. Nobody actually likes traditional affiliate marketing. And that's not necessarily, we're talking about 2016, 2017 marketing today. In the past, the big thing was, all right, you build a list, you go out, you find a product, and you copy and paste their email, and you pop it off to, 1,000 people. That does work. And I don't want to say that that's not a way to do it, but the goal of an autoresponder is to build a connection and sell within that connection as well. And the really cool thing that we're going to be able to do here with this autoresponder is no matter what product we're selling, we're going to make it about us and our story and our audience and their story, and the product is just going to be the icing on the cake, okay? So that's a very exciting thing that I think all of you, if maybe you've been frustrated because you haven't seen results in the past, this is the icing, the technique that I've seen work with every single client I've used it with. And the way we do that is we're going to create a story, a connection, emails that are rooted in content, not selling. So we are going to be doing affiliate marketing, but we're going to be doing it very different than 99% of people out there. All right, so vocabulary. Let's talk about that just a bit. Make sure we're all same page. CTR, click-through rate, the percentage of people who clicked on an email. Open rate, percentage of people who open an email. May seem obvious, but it's good to know, right? A sequence is a set of emails in a specific order and a specific time frame. So that's what we mean when we say email sequence. Subject line is the subject of our email. The body is the text in our email. Tags are used to identify leads with specific data. So you might be tagged as somebody who downloaded the book or somebody who attended a webinar. It's just an easy way to actually identify people. And then lists are obviously where our emails are all stored for the autoresponder. So this is it. This is going to probably piss you guys off because this is the most basic email system in the world, or email sequence in the world, but it's what we use over and over again to actually generate our sales. Now, I'm going to touch on these real briefly, then we're going to talk, we're going to take a look at a mind map together of how these all kind of lay out, and then we're actually going to talk about what kind of content is within them. So give me type whatever you want. It could be a 1, a 7, a H, a Q. If you're excited about the idea of seeing a 10-part follow-up that, if you count the sales that my clients use outside of my business, is closer to 40 million. So this has been tested quite a bit. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through each one of these, kind of the basics of them, and then give you this important outline that you'll be able to use in your own time to write out emails with this. So here's the basic sequence. It's really simple. So they're coming in, right? Anthony got you a book, a free front end. I think it's an amazing idea. We'll just talk about this for a second. This is the funnel, right? This is the front end. I'd like to give you my free book, Discover the Simple Steps I Use to Build a Massively Successful Online Business, and all the details of it, right? So that's what we're offering. We're giving them a free book. And it either starts with a free book, a free webinar, a free guide, a free video, but the very first email that we're going to send, these are all emails, okay? The very first email is a thank you email. Here's your download, okay? And it's going to contain a few different things, but the basics are, again, we're reintroducing them to the concepts that we are talking about on the page and why it's so important to get the book, to download it, and we're going to include it as a downloadable guide. Now, with affiliate products, we obviously want our book to be similar subject base as the product that we're selling. So obviously this is going to work well as a free guide that has a complementary product that is based on building an online business, right? So how do we bridge that gap? That's really what our major goal here in the first email is: bridge gap between they're called freemiums, right? So they're free guides, books, whatever, between the freemium and the product we're selling. So might start off this email very simply: hey, thank you so much for opting in to get the free guide. You're going to find it attached to this email, and really excited to have you download that. Now, what I like to do in my emails is get kind of transparent on them here, and I personally, I love doing this. You're welcome to steal this this kind of line and use it in your own stuff. But I usually call people out. I usually say, now, you're probably like me. You probably have a folder on your Dropbox or desktop or something full of these PDFs. And because you want to be successful, because you want to actually find out a way to build an online business, that's why you download the guide, I don't want you to just download this guide, put it in a folder, and never look at it again. We're all guilty of that, and I want to invite you to do one more thing so that you can find the success you're looking for. That kind of calling people out, that transparency of, oh wow, yeah, I do have that folder of 50 guides that I've downloaded and never actually looked at. People will respond to that. They'll love that. And it's a surprisingly effective way to create more transparency. You're like them. We're creating an empathetic connection at this point. So I like to include that bit of content at the beginning where I'm actually being like them. I have a folder of guides I've never read either. You're probably going to do the same thing with this guide. Before you do that, you shouldn't. You should go look at the guide. But also, I want to introduce you to, or I want to invite you to watch a free video that covers the same project, right? Now, or the same subject. And that's where our affiliate product can really come in at this point, right? We can, let's say we're selling a product called Build an Online Business. I'm just going to keep it super simple, right? Usually they have a VSL. Usually there's a video teaching something on the sales page, right? Or maybe there's a webinar or a number of things that we could send them to. But it's usually content that teaches them, right? And that's what we can include in that. The next part of the email there is a call to action for them to go check out that video. And that can be our affiliate link over to the product. Right then and there, right in our first email, we can actually do a really soft sell. We're not telling them about the product. We're not listing features and benefits at this point. We're not overselling. We're just saying that they're interested in this subject. We found this video or this training very interesting and they should check it out, right? Pretty simple concept, but it works, okay? Now, this is how autoresponders work. Let's jump over to our mind map here and do a basic walkthrough. This is where we're at in the funnel right now. This is our thank you email. So far, and Anthony's given you all this, right, in the ClickFunnels members area, or the funnel. We've got our advertisement that we sent over to our lead capture page. They liked what we had to say, and they clicked into our autoresponder software. Now, ClickFunnels, it's awesome because it connects with most autoresponders. There's a very simple API system usually, and what I usually recommend to people is Google search ClickFunnels integrate with XYZ. So ClickFunnels integrate with GetResponse, ClickFunnels integration with ActiveCampaign, and you're going to either find a video or you're going to find their support section where they're just going to walk you through how to integrate it with ClickFunnels. And it's usually one click or you have to copy and paste something in. Super simple, super simple. And what that does is it actually changes these buttons when you integrate it so that when you put in a name and email here, it'll actually work. That's important, right? They'll actually add their information to our autoresponder. So very simple stuff. It's going to save it in an email list. And then it's going to trigger the follow-up sequence. When we set these up, and I'll show you a little bit of how the tech works, but basically it's kind of they call it, what's the right word, is if this, then that kind of stuff. If they opted into the email list, then send them this email. Pretty basic, right? We do that with Excel and things like that. If this, then that, right? And yes, ClickFunnels does have their own autoresponder. I'm not very familiar with it, and personally, I like to keep my autoresponders separate from the tool I'm using, but that's just me for the page building. Just in case one goes down, they all don't go down, kind of thing. So yeah, so we're going to actually trigger the thank you email. Now, you actually put something called a delay on here. So I usually put, with this, I usually just put like a 1-minute delay. And how this works is the system, the autoresponder system, looks at our our sequence and says, okay, I'm going to wait 1 minute, then I'm going to send this email, thank you, here's your download. Now, most people aren't going to buy on day one. Most people, unless the product's really low cost, then there's very little chance that you're going to get most of your buyers on day one. So that's where the sequence comes in. And what we can do is we'll just jump back to our list of emails here, and we'll just touch on some of these. I do have a guide that's more in depth on these, and also I'm going to include after this training a full write-up on the email sequence and outline that you can use yourself to make these emails. And I don't give that out very often, and you're going to be able to use it. It's pretty exciting. And you'll also get this outline and the mind maps and all that good stuff. So just because Anthony's awesome. Love that guy. So here we go. So the next email, our first follow-up, we're going to delay. We're going to go to email 2. We're going to delay 24 hours. Now, this 24 hours isn't, like hard set. I generally like to wait a day just because give them some time to make sure they looked at the guide. Maybe they're still just thinking about it. They got the page up. I usually like to wait a day and not assume that, they didn't look at anything. But email 2 is a simple follow-up where we're just going to highlight some points from the download itself, because 99% of people aren't going to read through that whole download. So what we can do is literally just pull some points out of that book, and we're going to pop it right into this email. And then we're going to explain to them why those points are important. Now, why are we doing this? We're doing this for several reasons, but the best reason, the most important reason, is that the best salespeople in the world, and therefore the best sales content in the world, are teachers. They're guides. Maybe they call them gurus. I hate that term, but somebody who knows what they're talking about and is teaching you right from wrong. Now, it is important that you take the time to learn a good amount about the subject you're trying to sell. If you're selling a product and you don't know anything about it, you're not going to be able to teach anything about it, right? And you don't have to be a super expert, top 1% of people who know about the subject, but you just need to know more than the person you're selling it to. So that is the beautiful thing about this, is you can be an expert fairly quickly because you can build upon what other people have taught. You can pull in content from this book, you can pull in content from the product that you're selling, but the thing is, we want to teach them, and this does a couple things. A, it's the best way to sell. B, it builds in this natural kind of law of reciprocity, right? If I teach somebody something, then I ask them for something, they're going to feel more inclined to do that because they feel like they owe me something for teaching them something. So there's that little kind of human brain thing that's going on there that we want to give back to the people who are teaching us things. And the third thing it really does that it does better than just about any form of direct selling is it creates a nice connection. So do you like people that you learn from better than people who sell to you? Of course you do. We all do. We already covered that pretty heavily, right? So that's why we want to teach them a lot in this first email. If you look at my emails that I write for my clients, they're pretty freaking long. They are pretty intense. There's a lot of content in them a lot of the time. And there's usually a concept that I'm covering, the importance of investing, telling a story. It's okay to write long emails. And I want to confirm, I get a few people saying there's no audio. Let me know. Give me a 1 if you can hear me fine. Obviously, if you can't hear me, you're not going to be able to. Okay, so most people have audio. Sorry, people. If no one's going to be able to tell me if they can't hear me because I can't tell them, right? Or they can't hear me, ask them. So you'll have that. Okay. So again, back to the point here. We're going to highlight points from the download, or if we don't have a download, we're just going to want to teach them things about the product, the subject that the product is covering And I love to give away as much information as I can. I'm not afraid to give away too much. A lot of people are afraid that they're going to give away the special sauce. The funny thing is, most people, like at the end of this, if I were to try to sell you a package where I set up your funnel, most of you would say, okay, great. How much is it? Like, let's do it. I actually don't sell it as a service anymore, so sorry about that. But the thing is, I'm teaching you, right? And that builds trust. And most people don't want to do stuff. They don't want to do what you're teaching them. They want to buy something that will help them do it, right? So that's the point we're trying to get across here. We're teaching them things from our downloadable guide that relates to a product. Again, we're going to bridge that gap at the end and bring them into our over to the product itself. So that's the next follow-up. I'm going to breeze through these a little bit faster here. Follow-up 2 is something I just love this email, and it usually gets a lot of great replies from people, actually, and it's fun to look through those and see people's eyes light up. Because here's the thing, and this is the beautiful thing about being informed on a subject about a product you're selling. So let's just go back to the Anthony funnel. That book is about how to build a business online. You guys are learning tons of things about building a business online, and you could find a product that relates to that and makes it easier for people to build a business online. What you're going to find is that you have myths in your head that we all have related to subjects, right? We all think certain things that aren't true, but in our mind, we take them as a fact. So for building a business online, a myth might be you need a crazy complex funnel with a lot of upsells and downsells and cross-sells to be successful. That's a simple myth. That's not true. And I've sold millions and millions of dollars worth of stuff that is very basic and simple from a funnel standpoint to prove that. Another good myth is that you have to be an expert copywriter to be able to sell online. Truth is, if you take the time to understand the concepts of how to actually communicate with people, and that teaching is the best way of selling, we can all naturally teach things we're good at, right? How many of you have a hobby? Type in a 3 if you have a hobby that you're just super passionate about. Maybe you don't make any money from it. I have a hobby of building homemade like electronics. I love like buying circuit boards and soldering stuff. I dig it. And I buy tons of random crap on it that I'll never actually make money from it, and I don't really want to. I really enjoy it, right? So we see sewing, model trains, photography, fly fishing, right? So you love this stuff, right? And when you see someone else who's better at it than you and they're teaching you something, you love it. You thrive on it. We want to become that for our audience. And one of the best ways to do that is to identify myths on the subject that we're teaching, and then teach them the truth about it, right? So that's a big thing you can do, is write out all the myths related to the product or the subject that the product is in, the niche, right? And then find the real answers. And they don't have to be your answers. That's the beautiful thing, is you can quote somebody like Albert Einstein, you could quote Bill Gates. You could pull in quotes, like somebody believes that you have to do X, Y, Z to make money. Well, here's a quote from Albert Einstein. Well, maybe he's not the best one for making money, but yeah, Warren Buffett says this, right? Then you have their authority. Then you can build on their statement. Now, his quote reminds me that blah, blah, blah. So I love using this email. Pop in some myths that people have about the niche, the topic that our product is covering. You're going to have some awesome, awesome results from that email. And then email 3, I generally just like to make it pretty simple. I like to do almost like a imagination journey with them. We don't have to make it all that like trippy, but we can identify for our audience in this email what happens when people do things right with the subject that we're talking about. So what happens when someone learns internet marketing and does it well and actually executes the things that they know they want to execute? What can happen? I usually use the word imagine a lot in this email. I'll say imagine, you take the time to learn all this marketing stuff. You put in the hours, you put in the hard work, and you actually are successful, what is it going to mean to you? You know, if you set up a business that has real value, gives real value, and you can create something real for people, what is that going to do for you internally? What's it going to do for you externally? You know, maybe you're going to make the income you want to make. Maybe you're going to pay off the debts that you want to pay off. Don't overpromise here. You don't want to go crazy. You don't want to say, oh, you're going to make $1 million a month and you know, all your dreams are going to come true. That's not very authentic, is it? That's pretty freaking over the top. We can be realistic here, but the funny thing is, people obviously are going to be skeptical about a lot of things, but if you show them other people who are doing it, it's going to go a long way. I do that a bit more in other emails, but I'd love to write up this little bit of a story, and if you have a story of yourself and how you're learning the subject that you're teaching helps you, that's even better. You can include that in this email as well. And yes, there was a question, you know, do we sell in these emails? In the first 6 emails here, we're doing what's called soft selling. We're doing, we're teaching them things, we're telling stories, we are very much working to create a connection. I'm going to share with you guys kind of the concepts in the writing section of this, of how we do that, but it's not about selling in the first 6 emails. It's the more trust we can build, the better. Because here's the thing. If we build trust now, when we sell other products later, they're going to be much more inclined to listen to us. And this all goes with the underlying promise and understanding that you really have to believe what you're selling. You shouldn't sell anything that you don't believe in. If you do, then you're A, a bad person, and B, you're just wasting everyone's time, including yourself, because it's not going to sell, right? So so let's go on. And here's another just simple thing, guys. It doesn't have to be 10 emails. You might be able to accomplish this in 5 emails, 4 emails, 20 emails. I like a nice round 10 emails because it's what I've seen work really well. More than 10, a lot of times, if they're still opening, they should have bought by then, right? Or we need to move on from selling to pure content, and we'll talk about that a little bit here at the end as well. All right, so follow-up 4. Now we're going to do a little bit more selling, but we're actually going to be selling people on the concept, the concept of our product, not the product itself. Because here's the thing. In sales, a lot of times we're not selling a product, we're selling people on the actual concept that you can build a business online. That's the concept, right? The product itself maybe you're selling an autoresponder. It's a big tool to help you build a business online, but you still need to convince people that it's worth trying to build a business online. It's worth trying to convince people that they can be a video editor. It's worth convincing people that they can take action and see a result, right? So that's super important, is that we're not selling the product in most of these emails. We are selling the concepts, okay? So this email, why most people don't take action, is we want to identify, and this is creating something called empathy with people. We want to identify the pain points that keep them from taking action, from investing in themselves, learning, from taking action. Obviously, they're interested, or they wouldn't have opted in for that guide, right? So what's keeping them from actually accomplishing what that guide is teaching, right? What is it? What are the barriers in the way? It could be personality, mindset issues. It could be income. Maybe they don't think they have enough money to build a business. I'm going to speak to building a business, but this applies to anything, health and fitness, anything, right? They don't think that it's their genetics, right? Which has a lot to do with it, but that might be a myth that you can help dispel, right? So why don't most people take action? If you can identify those things, bring them the true answer to how to get over those things. And then, you know what? I'm going to be honest. This is a tough thing that I had to start doing in these emails, even though it's kind of counterproductive. I started disqualifying people. I started calling people out that shouldn't buy. And I like to do this in this email. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. This concept of calling out people who shouldn't take action, because truly some people shouldn't. You know, if I'm selling a guide on how to be a marathon runner, you know, maybe selling it to an 80-year-old person, it might not be for them. That may seem harsh. I'm not. A better example is a buddy of mine. He sells a course on how to invest and make a lot of money in the methods that he does. But he will not let people who have credit card debt buy his product. So he sells a product on how to make money, but he disqualifies people who have credit card debt. Why does he do that? These people, a lot of people like get mad at him. They're like, it's not that much, blah, blah, blah. But the concept that he teaches in that investing training, it goes against carrying credit card debt. So he knows that people who haven't solved the problem in their mind of carrying a lot of credit card debt, that they shouldn't buy or they shouldn't invest in this other product. It disqualifies a decent amount of the population. However, you know who loves that is people who don't have credit card debt, and they say, well, I feel good because I'm more qualified for this, and he's being honest, he's being transparent, right? So we can do the same thing in this email. We can describe people that should buy and the problems they face and how to solve them, and then also the people who shouldn't buy, and that's actually going to help sell to more people, ironically. Even though it disqualifies certain people. Like if I were to write an email for this this book right here, you know, the top strategies for building your online business, I would include in there the people who shouldn't buy. I would say, you know what, if you're happy with your 9-to-5 job, you're satisfied with where you are, you're paying your bills, you're feeling good about your life, and you're generally happy with your lot in life, you probably don't need to build an online business, because the reason we build online businesses is to create happiness in our life, because it gives us freedom, right? You can say things like that, and a lot of people will connect with that because it's transparent, right? So yes, Ramit, Derek, you called it out. That's the guy who has the product that won't let you. So Rami Sati, he won't let you buy his product if you have credit card debt. One of his products, anyways. All right. So now next to the next set of emails, this is where we can start tying in case studies. So hopefully the product we have has case studies that we can use to share with our audience about their results, right? So the affiliate product we're promoting has case studies. Usually does, right?
Hey, Sean?
Oh, sure.
I'm just popping in for a second. I just want to ask everybody, how many of you are enjoying this so far? Just say yes. Obviously, I'm still sitting here watching myself, but how many of you are following, listening, learning, taking notes, and seeing that there's a method to this? There's a thought process that goes into it when you write these emails, and everybody does it a little differently. We're not all doing it the exact same way, but this is like from the mind of somebody that's done millions and millions of dollars promoting other people's products. So what's great about this is like when he's when he's talking to you about urgency and the types of things that you all know I've taught you, right? These are the things that he's using inside of all of the emails that he's that he's sending out. And for you, obviously it's fairly simple to grab a product to promote. So you can promote a product from ClickBank, you can promote a product from JVZoo, or you can literally just find good people that have products that you can now promote, right? So I think there's a very good opportunity for all of you here to be able to promote other people's products. And of course, you can also use these same strategies when you are promoting and doing Shopify. So like e-commerce, the same thing still applies. You know, you can still use all of this and just kind of tweak it a little bit to work with obviously with something like e-commerce. So I just wanted to take a quick survey. Sean's got about 15 minutes more or so bear with us. But I wanted to make sure you got an awesome training. How many of you are good for another 15 minutes? Just say yes. If you're good for another 15 minutes. Okay, because like I said, no promises on the replays. We'll just hope and pray that it actually works. It's
Awesome.
not been pretty to me this week, Sean. So anyway, I won't take up any more of your time. About 15 more minutes, though. I just want you guys to get as much information as you can from him because I think it's just it's a phenomenal opportunity. So I'll turn it over to you now.
Thanks, Anthony. I appreciate that. And it's funny because, you know, I'm very passionate about this stuff because, and I'll tell you why, is it if you do this correctly, it will change your life too. Like you'll be able to sell to people, you'll be able to do really cool stuff like building business online. But if you get these concepts, and I'm going to give you guys this sheet because the next part, the writing, you'll actually be able to kind of fill stuff out, and it'll make it a lot easier because I know I'm talking a lot about concepts and it's like, oh gosh, I just wish I could fill out a form and there's my email. This will help you do that. This section about writing, I'll talk about that. But if you can get that basic gut feeling, that gut understanding that we're talking with real people, we're creating real connections, it's like having a drink with somebody at the bar and you're trying to convince them that they need to do something better with their lives, right? How would you do that? It's the same thing in these emails. One of my biggest mentors in all this stuff, he said when he sits down to write an email, he thinks of writing to his wife. He tries to be witty, he tries to be impressive, he tries to teach her something useful, and that's not a bad idea, right? Generally, I try to think of, okay, who's the audience here? But, you know, if you have a friend that you'd want to sell this to, which you should be willing to sell this stuff to your friend, pretend you're writing a letter to them. Pretend you're writing a letter. That's another thing. Emails, we get a little caught up in what should be in them, form, structure, all that. It's just a letter. You could write it out on paper first if you want. All right, so these follow-up 5 and 6 are case studies, and we're going to share with them not just the case study, but also a little bit about their story, what their hang-up was, and how they got over it. It's good to include all of that stuff, but if you just put a case study in there, it's going to be a good thing as well. And again, all of these emails, and if I didn't say this, I'm sorry, but we're either going to be linking to the product itself or information related to the product because the product is building on the concept that we're teaching, right? Now, this is something that's a little more high level, this follow-up 7, 8, and 9, and 10, but it's a very important thing to do for people. It's a negotiating tactic called taking away the option. If you've ever sold something in person and someone or bought something in person and they come up to you and say, listen, it's kind of the last shot here. Are you going to take it or you're not? Because tomorrow it's not going to be available. It kind of takes away that like, oh, I'll check it out tomorrow issue, right? That's where our urgency emails come in. We're going to call back to our last few emails. We're going to say in the email, listen, you know, I've been teaching a lot about this stuff. I've been sharing with you this product. I'm going to tell you, and then, you know, tell them in the email itself about the product again. Say, I've talked about this product, how it helps you accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. But here's the deal. It's only going to be for sale for the next 3 days. This is what the 72-hour countdown. Now, a lot of people will say, well, that's kind of, you know, maybe shady, whatever. But it's very important, especially if you believe in the product, to give people a good enough reason to buy. If everything else makes sense to them, the last reason might just be, well, now's the time, right? And this isn't just urgency with time to buy, like 72 hours to buy. It can also be urgency that we talk about. Listen, you know this works. You've seen the results. You know that these people have done it, that you want to do it. So why aren't you, what's holding you back from buying? I'll tell you why, and maybe you list some objections and answer those objections. But we can call them out. We can say, now's the time to take action, because action is really the most important ingredient in success. It really is. There's no better other way to put it. So I usually do that for about 3 emails. I hit the urgency, 72 hours, 42 hours, 24 hours. And then, you know what? I like to do this thank you email at the very end, because really they're taking their time to read these emails. And it's worth showing appreciation. One of the biggest open rates I ever got in an email was the subject line was, I appreciate you. And it was literally just an email that said, you know what, I know we've been doing this promotion and some of you bought, some of you didn't, but all of you, I appreciate you taking the time to learn about this, to share with me, in this promotion we've been doing. And I just, it's just a very simple email. It doesn't have to be crazy, but it does create a really solid connection with people. Now, I'm going to map out the rest of that funnel and include it in this document for you because we're running a little over here. But I'll make sure that that is included in here and mapped out. And let me talk a little bit about this section. We talked about this point a lot of these points, but this is really the framework that I use on almost every email and almost every campaign. I like to think of our whole little follow-up sequence here as one big story. And the hero is our visitor. They're coming to this page looking for adventure. They're looking for something that they're lacking, right? And who are we? We are their guide. You know, in Star Wars, Luke Skywalker, he kind of has he's not enjoying his life there on the desert, right? He's not not having a good time. And then he runs into his guide, right? Obi-Wan Kenobi. And that story, that is the oldest story in the world. Like you go back to the Greeks and when they're writing poetry and stories 4,000 years ago, same structure, right? Somebody who wanted to solve a problem and somebody to help them get there, right? And our guide, us being a guide, our job is to take them through this story, right? And there's a few more questions here. I won't touch on everything in here, but if you can answer these questions about your audience or who you're writing to, you're going to have a lot better understanding of what you should include in these emails as well, okay? So let's do this because this information I could go on for another hour about, but I know your time's very sensitive. You're very, very gracious with your time. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll tell you what I'll include as well. I wasn't going to include this, but let me show you guys because I actually use an email template for this stuff, and I'm going to, is this it? Nope, hang on. I've got it in my, I don't sell this stuff anymore because it's very valuable to me. Hang on a second. Yeah, here we go.
Anything that you have that you want us to provide for them, we'll also put, if you want to send me the links, because oftentimes it's hard for people to get it while they're live.
Sure. I'll give you the link to this. This is my members area that I use to just, ironically, I don't have a follow-up sequence to it. It's like the dentist not working on their own teeth, right? But in here, I've included an example email sequence that people can just copy and paste. It's called the Ultimate Email Follow-Up Sequence Template. I'll put a link to this in this document as well at the bottom that you guys can copy and paste those emails and use them. And then also this document will be in this link, sean.co/success as well. That'll be the link where you can get access to this. It should all be at the top here. And I have a bunch of other training in here too, but I only give it away now because, you know, I like to teach people too. So I'll make sure to map this out as well. But, you know, let me know, guys, because here's the deal. If you can harness the power of this stuff, it's incredibly valuable for yourself. Like for me, my life's transformed quite a bit by just understanding these basic concepts. And I want more people to be successful online, but it's getting harder. And you know that, Anthony. There's more and more people trying and failing, and the reason is because they don't view it as a conversation. They view it as sell, sell, sell. And you guys, you and Adrian are amazing at building a conversation with people, so I want to make sure, I learned a lot from it, honestly, working with you guys. So I'm excited that folks in here, we have still, how many people we have on here? Over 800. And my wet dream would be everybody taking this away and applying it. But you know, it's really down to what do you really want. And I think everybody in here, they're so positive, and to me it's very moving. But I think everybody in here wants that connection in their business. So very excited. I'm happy you brought me on here today. I really had a good time. and people can find me over Snapchat, Facebook, all that good stuff. And
he has some very interesting snaps too. You know, actually, Sean. And so all of you know, and Sean, I'm going to yank the screen for a second because I want them to see something, because this is kind of funny stuff. Hold on. So all of you know that, let me find myself. I've got all the, let's see, me and make presenter, and then show my screen. Got my screens. I have some programmers that tell me, please show your screens, Mr. Anthony. Okay, so this right here. My username on, can everybody see my screen? There we go. So my username on Snapchat, it's called Morrison Machine. Now, Sean, where did that name come from?
We were sitting at dinner. we were all trying to come up with usernames.
We were trying to come up with what was my username going to be for Snapchat, because Sean said I had to be on Snapchat. And so he said, Morrison Machine, and then just created it. And then all of a sudden, boom, there it was. Morrison Machine is now my Snapchat name. And here I am Snapchatting with the username Morrison Machine, and people are always like, why did you call yourself the Machine? I'm like, ask Sean Vosler, because he is the one that did it. But it was, but it's, you know, it's, there's always some good information and lots of cool stuff that you share. And one of the things I want to make sure of, the document that you have for everybody, what we'll do, guys, so pay close attention, we will put that document inside of your members area. Okay, so inside of your members area, we'll place this document from Sean. So it'll be the outline of everything from tonight. Sean, you can just email me that if you don't mind.
Okay.
And I'll put it in your members area for the Success Connection. Okay. So there's so it should be very, very simple. You can't go. Some people are trying to visit Sean.co. No. Look, we'll give you the document that has the exact link. So just because you see stuff on the screen doesn't mean you can actually get it there. Remember, this is something he's hooking you guys up with completely free. So with that said, first of all, how many of you feel like tonight was a good training and well worth your time here in between the two holidays? Just say yes, so that Sean will see that he had. Okay, great. So we have tons and tons of people obviously chiming in and saying yes. So that's great. We always try to bring you massive value. So even if I'm sick, I'm going to try to find somebody that's smarter than I am and knows more than I do, or at least as much, so that you get a good night of training, because I know that's what you've all come to expect. So if I just pop somebody else on here that doesn't know anything, I have a feeling that most of you would probably notice that, and then would be unhappy, and you'd say, what in the world is Anthony doing? So interesting that I was able to grab you, man, because I know there's a lot going on, but excited to have had you, and I think it's been a great training. So at this point, nope, and he's back. Go figure. Back at the end. So at this point, a couple of things. First of all, Michael McDonald, I see that you're on here. Michael, just say yes in the chat box if you hear me. So if you hear me, say yes. And I'm looking to see if Jerry is on here. Let's see. So Michael is on here, and I'm looking to see if other guys on here. He's not. All right. Well, Michael. Anyway, Michael, check your messages, because I shot you a Facebook message about being on our television show. So for the rest of you guys, there are a couple of things we're going to do. Our cash giveaway. We're not going to take all night to do it because I'm all kind of jacked up. So we are filming a television show for our brand new books that are teaching the profit cycle, teaching email marketing, and teaching e-commerce, and we're filming it next week. So we're thrilled about it. We're blown away by it. We're so excited. So what we're doing is, if you would like to be featured on the show, so if you would like to film basically just a video about, hey, here's what I like, here's what I don't like, whatever you want to say, about Adrian and I. It doesn't have to be, I made this much money or anything like that. It just can basically say, hey, look, what these guys are doing is awesome. They teach us a lot of really great stuff. They're there for us every week, and we suggest if you want to learn internet marketing, boom, this is where you go. If you'd like to film a video for us that we could possibly air on television, there is a link right here that you can email it to. It's video@vsc.com. This is the last night to have an opportunity to do that because we have to get this stuff in to our producers so that they can make sure that they're obviously what we need. So again, just grab your iPhone, turn around. Don't mention the success connection or anything like that. All you've really got to do is just talk about what you've learned and if you like what you've learned and all that good stuff, right? So definitely something I would do if you're interested in it. How many of you are interested in that? Just say yes if you're interested in that. It doesn't, no harm, no foul if you're not, but I see tons and tons of yeses. Remember, keep the videos generic. Don't mention success connection and all that stuff because we're not even talking about that. Literally just talk about me, my training, what I do, if it brings value to you, and if you think other people should listen to what I have to say, should buy my book, whatever, right? That would be phenomenal. But you do have to send that in tonight. Again, it does not need to be great. I do need to be able to see you, so don't do it in the dark. Just turn a light on, kind of flip your camera around, say, hey, Anthony, this, blah, blah, whatever, and then send it to me. You can email it right there to video@vsc.com. So 2 things we're about to do real fast. Thing number 1 is we're going to do our Facebook giveaway. So for those of you that are new, if you are not in the Facebook group, you should be in the Facebook group. Here's the link. I'm going to put the link to the Facebook group into the chat box right now. Okay, and then I'm also going to put a link to my Facebook fan page in the chat box. This is where we give away a $100 cash prize, and we're going to do it in the next couple of minutes. Here is what I want you to leave a comment on. Okay, I just randomly picked one. So if you go to my fan page right now and you leave a comment right here, if you just scroll down, you'll see this big picture of me standing on a stage here, running around. I think this was actually when I had that conversation and made my Snapchat, was at this event. But you'll see this little post right here. Just leave me comments right here. All I want you to do is tell me what you thought about tonight's training. Rated a 1 out of 10. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and I'm going to be giving away a $100 cash prize in the next, we'll call it 3 minutes. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to do this. If you haven't joined our Success Connection group, here's what the group looks like. Again, the link is right there. Okay, so boom, the link is right there, go.vsc.com/group. Let me just show you what's going on inside of the group. We also give away a $100 cash prize in the group. So you can see right here we've got 13 people that would like to join. I'll get all of you approved real fast. The group is by invitation only, so obviously I am inviting you to the group right now. Let me make sure there's no like spammers trying to get in here. Looks like we're good. So inviting you to the group. The group is phenomenal. It's a great place to connect with other people right here on the Success Connection. I monitor it. I see people helping people all the time. It's like a big mastermind of students, which is a great opportunity for you to be able to connect with each other and to help each other to have even more success. That's why we put this together. Currently, you'll see that there are thousands of people in here, by the way, like thousands of people. It's not like there's just a couple. I believe we're over 6,000, yeah. So almost 6,200 people in here right now, and it grows and grows every single week. So if you come in here and you leave me a comment, let's just pick one where you can leave a comment. I'll leave a comment here now. I'll just say, who loved tonight's training? Hashtag, let's see, never give up. Hashtag 2017 will rock. All right, I'm going to leave this comment. If you leave me comments on this right here, you'll see this. Whoever leaves comments, press like and press share right there. I'm going to select another $100 cash prize winner. So you can leave comments right here in the group. You can leave them on the Facebook fan page. I'm going to select 2 different winners here in the next few minutes. And then we're going to do the Snapchat $1,000 cash prize giveaway. As you can see, Ross Currington is in. Ross, how are you? Hopefully you had a good holidays. Christine is in. Nancy is in. Miss Graceland is here. Miss Graceland, I actually have 2 dogs at my house that are not mine right now, but they are playing with Chloe. It is her parents' dogs, and I'm now seeing what it's like to live in a house with 3 dogs. We'll get back to you very soon on that, like maybe by the time I lose all my hair. But I'm going to get in trouble now. But thank you for being here. She says she loved it. Let's see, I got tons and tons and tons of people. Vic is on here. Vic will actually be in Mississippi next week filming with our television shows. So Vic, nice to see you. Looking forward to seeing you next week. James, you were also someone that I sent a message to because you had sent me a video. So James Schaefer, if you could check your private messages on Facebook. James and Michael, I sent you both messages on Facebook. They might be in your other tab, but if not, reach out to me, send me an email, because I want to connect with you guys about the videos for the television show. And anybody else that wants to film a video, again, you got to do it tonight. So look, we've got tons and tons of comments. That's kind of what happens here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to our fan page. I'm going to hook you guys up with the $100 cash prize right now, and then we'll do one on the group, and then we'll be good to go. So look, we got 205 comments. Now listen, here's the deal. Most of the time we have 1,000 comments. Now Sean did a pretty good job. How many of you would agree Sean did a good job? Just say yes in the chat box here. Yes? Okay, if you agree Sean did a good job, we got to show Sean a lot more love than 200 comments, right? I mean, forget the cash prize. Let's just make the guy feel good. Leave some comments in here. Tell us how great tonight's training was. Here's the link, go.bsc.com/Facebook. Here is the post, all right? Find this post. It should be like the second one on my Facebook page, and leave some comments. Press the like button and press the share button. I see Miss Chris Wong has done it. Okay, Chris has commented every single week for 52 straight weeks. Chris, congratulations. As we go into 2017, I believe you may be one of the only ones that were here all the way back since 2015. I see lots of people leaving comments here. Leave them on Facebook down there so that other people can see. The reason we do this, by the way, it doesn't do me, it's not like I make any money off this. I'm sure you can figure that out. The reason we do it is so that we get the attention of everybody that missed, right? There's 47,000 people on my fan page, but only 1,000 people on our webinar. And of course, only 1,000 people can even get on, right? That's the max that'll get on. But there's a lot of people that miss out on this training. And a lot of times they miss out because they find excuses, right? And what I'm trying to do is let them see how great this was so we can reach more people, so we can help more people, so that more people will watch the replays and more people will stay engaged. So what you're doing is actually helping other people. You're not really necessarily helping me, per se, by leaving a bunch of comments on my fan page, right? So that, and of course, they probably help you, Sean, to feel better if you could see like 500 comments on here about how great you are.
Yes.
I think Sean is just laughing.
I'm trying to like it, actually.
Well, see, Sean, now we're up to 307 comments, so we're going to give the cash prize away when we reach 350. Because I know the group is going crazy because you can't see my screen, it's locking up, but check this out, Sean. This is what happens inside of the Success Connection group, and by the way, if you're not in there, there's a link. Just go now and get enrolled. Let me go on and approve everybody here that's waiting to get in so they can leave comments. Sean, the Success Connection group just goes absolutely insane when we are doing the webinars like this. I mean, literally.
I don't see your post though.
On my fan page or where?
On your Facebook page.
Oh, it's on there. It's like the second one down. But look at this. Look how fast the comments come in on the group. I can't ever even, look, 3,300 right here. But look, we're up to, 288, 289. People in the group go crazy. They just leave, 290. We'll reach 500 comments there. And then I select the cash prize winner. It's all just in fun. It just helps people, like all the people in the group that aren't on the webinar tonight, they see all these alerts that people are leaving comments. And then they start to think, should have been on that webinar. So helps them. So we're just everybody helping everybody. So Sean, my thing should be right down here. It's like under all these. Facebook's changed things up a little bit, but it's under all the videos. It's right there. See? Okay. All right, we're at 389. So what I'm going to do is going to pick a winner real fast here, guys. So you're about to watch me do it live. So have your PayPal account ready. So that you can type in the address for your PayPal account as we pick the winner here live. And then we will do our Snapchat giveaway, and then I'll tell you what we're doing next week, which I think you guys will enjoy. All right, so if I don't cough my lung up first. All right, so here we go. Giving away a $100 cash prize to somebody tonight that left a lot of comments here on this particular post on Facebook. All right, so we're going past it, and here we go. Looks like Myron Murray. Let's see if Myron is here. Myron, are you still with us on the webinar? Myron Murray. Just say yes in the chat box and put your PayPal address. Let's see if Myron's here. We still have one more cash prize to give away. All right, looks like Myron is here. So Myron, I am going to PayPal you right now. I have learned from my past behaviors that if I don't do it immediately, I end up not doing it because I immediately when I get off of here, I get caught up with a million other things. So I'm going to PayPal you right now. Guys, you still have a chance to win some cash right here in the Success Connection group. So all you got to do is join the group. I'll get you guys approved real fast. And leave comments on the post that I told you to leave comments on while I send Myron his money. All right, let's see. Sending money to Myron right now, $100 cash prize. And then I will be giving away another $100 right here in the group to someone on this post right here. As you can see, the post is going crazy. So let's see. Here we go. Sending money to Myron. $100 to ring in the new year. That ought to be fun. Let's see. Webinar winner. And that's what's cool, Sean, is when I give away money, I just literally do it live. That way everybody actually knows I give it away. I don't just make it up.
Yeah, plus we always go and just, take a nap after this, so it's like...
Yeah, and I always forget, too, and I'm very bad about that. Myron, you should have your money now. All right, so we have paid Myron. Congratulations. And now it is time to pay. Oh, and also I'm going to give you guys the link to the funnel, the click funnel. Sorry. Let me pick a winner here real fast. All right, so picking one more cash prize winner. Forgot, I always have so many things to do at the end of the night that I just forget the stuff that I need to do sometimes. I apologize. All right, so let me confirm this. I'm picking our winner right now for $100, and then we give you guys the link to the free funnel, and it'll be open obviously through Sunday, and then we'll close it down again like we've been doing every week. So here we go. All right, so we've got all of our comments right here. We will be making sure that we select someone to win $100. And then, how many of you put a 1 in the chat box if you're going to film me a video and send it to me tonight? Put a 1 in the GoToWebinar chat box if you're going to film me a video so I can see how many I can expect to have to look at. Myron is, Chris is, James is, Dawn is, Karen, Sharon, Richard. Michael McDonald, I sent you like some notes on Facebook, and I sent you an email, but anyway, on what to do. And you too, Mr. Schaefer. All right, I see lots and lots of people typing the number 1. Just remember, guys, I need them fast. It really doesn't take long to do. So just film it. It only needs to be 15, 20 seconds, max 30, and we're good to go. All right, so about to pick a winner here. Here we go. We're scrolling through, and we will select a winner. All right, winner is Patricia Huff. Are you here? Patricia, are you with us still? Let's see if Patricia is here. All right, Patricia, if you are here, put your PayPal address. All right, Patricia, if you could put your PayPal address in the chat box for me, I will send you $100 right now. So Patricia Huff. All right, okay, there we go. Let's go back and make sure, because we have multiple Patricias here. Patricia Huff. So Patricia Huff was our winner. That's what it says, Patricia Huff. Here you go. This is Patricia. So I see a couple of Patricias in here, but Patricia Huff, I need your actual PayPal address, not your username. I need your email address that's associated with PayPal. So if you could send that to me, that would be great. Patricia Huff. All right, now to get your funnel, okay, your free ClickFunnels funnel, you just go here. All right, it's go.vsc.com. Oh wait, no, it's not. / funnel. Okay. So Patricia, I got your email address. I'm going to send you a PayPal payment right now. All right, and then we're going to do our $1,000 Snapchat giveaway. All right, let's see. Webinar winner. And you guys are probably going to guess this pretty easily. But so even if you didn't watch Snapchat, I only made one snap this week, so kind of hard to make it different. All right, Patricia, you have been paid. All right, so we got everybody paid, and we've got our funnel listed right here. Again, go.vsc.com / funnel. That will get you the funnel. This will get you ClickFunnels, okay? So if you don't have ClickFunnels, you do need that in order for this free funnel thing to work. Again, your members area right here, vsc.com, that's where you can find all the replays from all of our previous Success Connections, it's over probably 60, maybe 70, maybe more, actually. It's tons of our training right there. This is how you can follow me on Snapchat, so you can be entered into our $1,000 a week giveaway. This is my Instagram. We give away cash on there as well. And then, of course, this is the Facebook group, and this is the Facebook fan page. So you want to follow me on there. And if you are sending a video, this is where it needs to go, video@vsc.com, okay? Video@vsc.com. That's where you need to send it. You got to send it tonight. You could be featured on national television. It'll run every single night. It'll be pretty cool for you, pretty cool for your family and friends to see. We've done it once before, about 7 years ago. People absolutely loved it. So I'm excited. I have so many people that want to be on there and so many different opportunities. We've only got a few, probably 3, maybe 4 slots. So, can be phenomenal. I know James and his son are going to be on there, and James just said we'll send it tonight. And then I know Michael McDonald. So we've got a couple more slots. You send in the videos, you'll have a chance to win. All right, so first of all, how many of you are excited about the new year and what we could be doing together here on the Success Connection? Just say yes. Lots and lots of people. Next week, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start talking about, okay, the Make 2017 Your Best and Most Profitable Year workshop series. So what I've done is I've put together a series of 4 webinars. Okay, so 4 of our trainings in January. Literally the first month of the year. My goal is going to be to help you start making money. So if you've been learning a lot right now and you've been kind of implementing it, but it's all over the place, I'm going to tie it all together and kind of push it down your throat so that you actually start doing this stuff. And I'm going to give you simple techniques, like simple, do this, and you'll see a few dollars in revenue, right? I want to make 2017 finally your most profitable year online. How many of you want to make a commitment to doing that? Just say yes if you want to commit to this. Right? Lots and lots of people say yes. All right, very well. Well, this is how you do it. You got to show up. You got to be here. You got to stay engaged. You got to open my emails. You got to listen. You got to learn. Right? Stay inside of the Facebook group. Don't make it a weekly, like a once a week thing. Make it a once a day thing. Focus on what other people are doing that will inspire you to do more. That's what I have to do. I know that's what Sean does, and that's obviously what I suggest that you do. Now, for the $1,000 Snapchat giveaway. All right. My wife got me a pair of shoes. They are Nike shoes, which I never wear. But they are inspired by a specific thing, a specific topic, a specific something that I love. What is the specific something? Put it in the chat box. All right, so a lot of you are guessing. Sean, do you see all these guesses coming in? Some say Star Wars, and I've never spoken of Star Wars in my life. That was you. I don't even know if I've ever seen Star Wars. But the answer, obviously, was the Chicago Cubs. So let me find, so she got me some really awesome shoes. They're blue and red, and they literally are, they're like Chicago Cubs shoes. Very, very cool. And I got lots of Chicago Cubs stuff. This was the year of the Chicago Cubs. So lots and lots of Chicago Cubs stuff, which is really awesome. Look, if you follow me on Snapchat, you can see all of these kind of behind-the-scenes things, the things I don't post on Facebook and all that. I just kind of snap it real fast. And, of course, it gives you a chance to win $1,000 every single week. Now, our winner this week was the first person to put Cubs in the chat box, which was, scrolling back up, was Kathy Gardner. So, Kathy Gardner, you were the first person to put Chicago Cubs in the chat box. So Kathy Gardner won $1,000. Kathy, if you could put your email address in the chat box for me here, I'll send you $1,000 right now. Everybody say congrats to Kathy. Everybody say congrats to Kathy. Awesome. So listen, guys, I want to tell you I've had a blast. Sean, thank you so much for being here. It's been a lot of fun. And like I said, sometimes you can take the little curveballs that life throws at you and turn them into great experiences for other people. My whole career online started out from a curveball, right? My dad losing all of his money in stocks, and then me kind of changing paths, no more medical school, and now off to internet marketing and things like that, and I love it, and I wouldn't go back and change it if I could. And so super important that anytime you guys, you wake up and you feel like life's just throwing you a curveball today, look for opportunities to turn that into something even better than what you were already planning to do. I think tonight probably turned out even better than what I was planning to teach, and that's just proof that you can take bad situations and turn them into great things and great opportunities as long as you have the right mindset and you think about it right? Think about it from a positive perspective. So thank you so much for being here. Of course, have a fun weekend. Obviously, this weekend, definitely have a safe weekend, safe holiday weekend. And I look forward to seeing you all here next Thursday on the Success Connection. Same place, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have a great training, and we'll be ready to start workshop number 1 of our Make 2017 your best and most successful and profitable year ever. Remember, you don't want to get behind. Don't miss next week and then show up 2 weeks later, because you will obviously be behind, right? So don't get left behind. Make sure that you're here on time, and I look forward to seeing you all right here next week. Again, thanks, Sean. We appreciate you being here, man.
Right back at you, brother.
All right, we'll give everybody that sheet from Sean. You'll get the replay of this tomorrow. It'll be in your members area. Thank you so much again. Have a safe holiday weekend, and we'll see you next week on the Success Connection. Take care, everybody.